Imagine waking up every morning and then cash is flowing into your accounts, and not cash in cedis or cash in dollars, and this money is flowing to your account without you doing anything. Yeah, so that's the purpose of this video today, for us to discuss 5 dividend stocks which are going to pay you passively every month. And they're going to pay you in dollars because these dividend stocks are not listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, but they're listed in the US Stock Exchange. So we're talking about dividend stocks. And then the way we have structured the video is we're going to talk about only companies which are listed, which are part of the S&P 500. That's the 500 biggest companies in the US. And so stay tuned. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification bell so that whenever we release videos like this, you'll be one of the first people to see it. Now let's dive straight into the video. Now remember that this video is not financial advice. Before you invest in any of the stocks here, make sure that you will consult a licensed financial advisor before you do so. Now, all these stocks we are going to talk about today, if you are in Ghana or Nigeria and you are watching me, you can buy them using the Bamboo app. And so I have already done a lot of videos about how you can buy stocks in the Bamboo app. So I'm not going to talk about that in this video. If you would like to learn how to do so, just leave a comment, and so I'll send you a link to the other video. You can check the description. There's a link to how you can use the Bamboo app to buy US stocks. So let's start the video. So what's a dividend stock? Now, a dividend is a reward that is paid to shareholders. That is anybody that holds a share. You get a payment. Now, that payment is given to you from the profits that the company makes. So if your company makes a profit of, for example, $200 billion a year, a portion of it will be given to shareholders as dividends to reward the shareholders for keeping the stock for a particular period of time. And so that is what is important to note, because when we talk about dividend stocks, you have to understand what a dividend is first. Now, the next thing we need to understand is what you call dividend yield. Now, a dividend yield is a percentage that of the share price that is paid to shareholders. So, for example, if the share price of one of the stocks we're going to talk about, which is Realty Income, is around let's say $50, and the dividend yield is 5%, what this means is that 5% of $50 is what we're going to be paid to shareholders per annum. Very simple. And so that is how dividend yield works. And so if there are no dividend yields, it means that the company does not pay dividends. That's a very, very easy and simple way for you to identify dividend paying stocks. If you see dividend yield, it means the company pays dividends. If you don't see dividend yield, the company does not pay dividends. And so in order for you to start gaining dividends, you need to get dividend paying stocks. Okay. Now the next thing to note is that there are a lot of dividend paying stocks out there. Now the reason why I didn't include only 5, in fact this video could have gone to 10, 20, and a lot of them. But the selection criteria was that the stock had to be a dividend, which is part of the S&P 500, which is 500 of the largest companies in America. That's the S&P 500 index. Now, this is the reason why they were chosen, because we want a stock which has been consistent in paying dividends over a period of time. We don't want a company that pays dividends in 1 year and doesn't pay dividends in the next year. We want a company that has been successive, that has been paying dividends in like successive years, and not just paying dividends. The share price of the company has also been increasing year on year, which means that you gain more dividends every year. That is what is important as a selection criteria for this video. Okay, now at the end of the video, you are going to understand how you arrange your stocks and build a portfolio to be able to get your dividends. Okay, so the first company on the list is one of my favorites. I've mentioned it before, and it's called the Realty Income Corporation. Its ticker symbol is O. Now, as for Realty Income, it's called the monthly dividend company. That's because it pays you every month. Every single month, you're making money from Realty Income. And that's so good. So what this means is that anytime you have Realty Income stock, every month, January, February, March, April, May, June, all the way to December, you are going to earn dividends from it. Now, what is Realty Income? Realty Income is a REIT that owns and manages commercial real estate properties across US and also internationally. It's a reliable dividend paying stock which has been paying month on month for over 50 good years. I mean, it means that Realty Income has been paying dividends even older than some people who are watching me now. Because there are now people who are watching for another 50 years. But Realty Income has been paying dividends consistently for over 50 years. So that's really what makes it good. So if you're looking for a good dividend paying stock, you can consider Realty Income. You can consider Realty Income as a good option for number one. Now, the second one is Johnson & Johnson. Now, Johnson & Johnson's payout months are February, May, August, and November. These are the months that he pays. Let me take it again. February, May, August, and November. It means that Johnson & Johnson pays 4 months out of the 12 in a year. Now, why is this important? You understand at the end of the video why I'm talking about its payout period. Because we're going to arrange it such that if you pay out, when you arrange the stocks according to how they pay out, so you know when to expect when to expect a payout from them. Now, Johnson & Johnson, if you don't know what they are, they're in the healthcare industry. They are very popular with essential goods that a lot of people know their baby oil and other products that they make. I mean, if you once you are in the world, you've heard about their products before. You most likely you have used it, or your kids have used it, or your parents have used it on you. Now, their dividend yield currently, as I was making the video, is 3.1%. Now, their healthcare giants have already explained, and so the good thing about this is that they have been paying dividends for over 60 years. Yeah, 60 good years of paying dividends. And so if you really want to get their if you want to buy their stocks for their dividends, you are good to go, because you know that at least for 60 years they have been consistently paying dividends. Now, we are going to the third stock, which is Procter & Gamble. Now, Procter & Gamble deals with essential household stuff like Pampers, Gillettes. I mean, it's a reliable dividend stock which has been paying for over 65 years. 65 good years. Now, its dividend yield currently is 2.5%. So that's how much you're going to make. The 2.5% here is per annum. Now, they pay February, May, August, and November. February, May, August, and November. That is how they pay. And that's how often they pay. Now, we are going to the fourth stock here, which is Coca-Cola. If you have not drank Coca-Cola before, or you don't even know what Coca-Cola is, then you are living under a rock, because we all know Coke, Fanta, Sprite. And Coca-Cola is the company that manufactures this. Their name is a household name. And it's a legendary dividend stock. They pay their dividends April, July, October, and December. April, July, October, and December. That's when they pay their dividends. And their dividends, they don't just pay dividends, but their dividends have been increasing for the past 60 plus years. I mean, for people, anybody that is in investment knows Warren Buffett. It knows that Coca-Cola is one of Warren Buffett's favorite companies to invest in. I mean, not only does he invest in it, he also drinks it. He loves it so much. So if the legendary investor himself, Warren Buffett, loves Coca-Cola, what are you waiting for? Now, we are talking about the last stock, which is Pepsi. I mean, Pepsi is also in the bottling industry. We all know their drinks, we know Mirinda, we know the drinks that they make, and we are no strangers to them. They have been paying dividends for a long time. It's a rock solid dividend paying company. Their dividend yield currently is 2.8%, and then they pay January, March, June, and September. January, March, June, and September. That's how often they pay their dividends. And so with these 5 stocks I've mentioned, if you really structure it well, every month, apart from Realty Income that's going to pay you every month, for the others, you have to structure it well and know that you're going to get probably one company paying in January, one in March, one in April, or some are going to interlace. So you may get 2 at a time, you may get 3 at a time, you may get 1 at a time. And so I've structured such that every month you have dividends coming in and flowing in. Now, the last important thing you need to note when you're buying dividends is what we call the ex-dividend date. Every stock has an ex-dividend date. What this basically means in plain English is that you must own the stock before that date in order to get dividends. If you buy the stock after the ex-dividend date, you don't get dividends. And so that's very, very important to note. So don't buy a stock after its ex-dividend date. Buy before its ex-dividend date. Very, very important to note. Now, we are getting to the end of the video. There are a lot of things that I know some people would like to understand more. As you want to understand what a REIT is, you might want to understand what an ETF is, you might want to understand so many other things like I mentioned about how to even use the Bamboo app. Maybe you want my referral code, you want all these things. You can contact us on the number below for consultation, a one-on-one consultation on how to use it. We also have a lot of videos out there if you want to watch them. We have videos on the things I mentioned earlier, REITs, Bamboo, ETFs, and how to use them, how to buy, and how to benefit from them. So don't forget to like the video, share it to your friends, and so that we can all grow together. We'll talk more next time.